Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Maggie and Ferocious Mondays. Today, we will be reviewing our last segment of our first episode of Season 2 of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. Season 2, Episode 1C, Roll Over Archie. In this episode, when Maggie, Beast, and Hamilton come across a toy Scotty dog, they turn him on and play until he runs out of steam. Then, when they replace his batteries, he proves to have too much energy. Now, as our last segment to our first episode, I will say it was pretty decent. It was okay. It was okay. I do like I do like we have the I do like how we have Beast mentioning something from our previous episode where he wanted to go to Turkey Town, and I like how it's going to be a running gag until a certain episode where he says, and I quote, "Every time we try to go to Turkey Town, something always happens," which is true, which is a running gag, which happened in our last episode. They were supposed to go to Turkey Town in our last episode, but they couldn't because they had to take care of Rudy's hurt foot or leg. I'm sorry. Um but I also really like the design of the peppermint fence. It looks really delicious. It looks like something out of like Candyland or like the board game or like Strawberry Shortcake for some reason, the 2002 series, because there was a character named Peppermint Fizz. I'm getting those type of vibes. It looked really delicious. And they meet a dog named Archie who has a who is a really awesome who's really awesome. He's really cute. He's a Scottish terrier, and I like how when they turn him on, he has like music. He has like music, like bagpipes playing when you turn him on. I love that. I love that so much. And he has the typical Scottish accent, and we have him calling, girls, thank you, lassie. And we have you know, when Scottish people call boys thank you, lad, you know? Like that. I really love foreign languages. I really do. And him being really at first, I like how he was pretty somewhat active, but he isn't, but he really isn't because I really like that when Hamilton got his new batteries and he became super duper hyperactive. That comes to prove that the batteries that were made specifically for him, they probably like they were like made like years before the batteries that Hamilton had in his box were made. That just comes to prove you like different energy sources um of um what's the word I'm looking for? Evolution, evolutionize, um change over time. So I like that, and and as somebody who loved to put batteries in any toy that took them, I really like this concept. And and the way he's acting like super duper hyper, I can only I can only theorize that Hamilton gave Archie like energizer batteries, because those batteries, when they're in a specific toy, like 90% of the time, it will act like somebody literally just like gave it a static shock of electricity, and now it's going crazy all over the all over the place. So yeah. And him and I also felt pretty bad for Beast when they were getting kind of annoyed with Archie, and he threw the ball like very far. And when they were going to go find Archie, he said, "I knew it. Once again, we're not going to Turkey Town." And they managed to find Archie and managed to get him back his ball. Managed to get him back his ball. And at one point they turned him off. At one point they turned him off, and they feel bad for him. But I feel like this is one of the very few times, not just Hamilton and Beast, but along with Maggie, that they get kind of pretty annoyed and upset. I mean, all three of them, which is very rare. Normally, it's just like Hamilton or Beast getting kind of annoyed or upset at each other sometimes, but it's along with Maggie, so that's kind of unusual because Maggie normally most of the time she's normally the most happy-go-lucky of the trio, mostly all the time seeing the glass half full, you know. So seeing her in this light is kind of a breath of fresh air because she's not just like always happy all the time, which I like that. I like that, you know. I really do like that. And when Archie started going crazy, ruining their picnic when they're trying to clean up, then when they turned them off, they felt pretty bad. So of course they turned them back on. And then they said that they had to leave. Of course they said that they had to leave, and then he said, "Don't forget to turn me off before you leave," which at the same time, I mean, that's good that he wants to save his battery energy, but at the same time, that's kind of sad, you know? I mean, I'm happy that he wants to save his battery, but like it's kind of sad that he doesn't get to like roam free. Like he has to wait till somebody can turn him back on, which is kind of sad, you know? It's kind of sad. But I mean, if he wants to do that for his own pleasure, that's on him. But to me, that's kind of sad because it's kind of like no telling how long. No telling how long will it be if somebody like you had to wait to somebody to have to turn you back on, you know? So that's kind of sad. And then we have B saying at the end, we didn't get to go to Turkey Town, which again, Beast, brother, I'm so sorry, but don't worry, you're gonna get your Turkey Town in a few more episodes left down the line. You're gonna get to Turkey Town. You will. It's gonna take a while, but you're gonna go. So yeah, this episode overall was pretty okay. I liked it. It was really good. Archie was a pretty funny, hyperactive character. I also liked him. Though the ending was a teeny bit melancholy, in my opinion. But overall, I'm gonna give this episode a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. It's pretty decent. I liked it. So overall, did season 2 start off good? Yes, it did. I feel like our second season started off very strong. I feel like it did. I did. I did like all of these batch of episodes that our season premiere had to offer. I think they all started off strong. You know, even though the last episode wasn't as strong as the two others, I still feel like season 2 still started off good. And I'm very happy for that. So, you know what that means? We can finally move on to our second batch of episodes in this season. So, tune in with me next time as we'll be reviewing our second episode of this season, Season 2, Episode 2A, Desert Treasure. See you all next time. Great, googly moogly.